did want to talk about some winter subjects that I think are important. And I just want to remind you guys about some of the subjects that I think are important, especially in the winter. All right? So, subject 1. How do you know if your horse is cold? All right, so how do you know? Do you need to add a blanket? Do you need to add a heavier blanket? Are they warm and toasty? Do they even need a blanket? That type of thing. Their ears will tell you if they're cold. So if the tips of your horse's ears are cold, your horse is cold. It's a beautiful way to judge if your horse is cold or not. So this horse doesn't particularly love his ears to be touched, but oh, good boy. Oh, what a good boy. He's being so sweet. So all you have to do is just do this. And if the tips of their ears are warm and toasty, your horse is warm and toasty. If the tips of their ears are a little on the chill side, your horse is a little on the chill side. So what I do is if their ears are a little bit chilled, I'll just bump up to, if they're naked, I'll put them in a sheet. If they're in a sheet, I'll put them in a medium. In this temper, what is it again? The word for...
temperate climate.
Yeah, in this climate, right, it never really gets cold enough for a heavy. Usually a medium is as much as you need. So I never go heavier than a medium, and I usually don't even go with mediums, but it's been so cold. It's been in the 30s and the 40s, and a few of my horses, I did feel their ears, and their ears were cold, and so I did bump up to a medium blanket. So there you go. Rule of thumb, the way to know if your horse is cold is if the tips of their ears are cold. So with my group of 5 or 6 horses that I have currently, it's really interesting. Obviously, if they're a little underweight, or if you're working on putting weight on a horse, you need to keep them extra toasty warm because you don't want them to lose any of their calories to trying to stay warm. So especially for the horses that are on the thinner side or need to gain weight, you need to keep them extra toasty warm. With the horses that are plump, it's not so much of an issue. But I had 4 or 5 horses here, and Nicholas's ears were cold. I had to bump him up to a medium. This horse's ears, Getty's ears, were perfectly toasty warm. He was in a sheet, and his ears are perfectly toasty warm. So he runs on the warm side. Sage, the little mare who needed to gain weight, her ears were chilly. I bumped her up to a medium. The pony was naked. She was perfectly fine with no clothing on. So you really do need to approach your particular horse and feel their ears and see if they need to be a little bit warmer.